Hello, and welcome. Let's talk about something powerful today, the ability to imagine beyond what your senses tell you. You see, the reality you experience is shaped by the thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions that fill your mind. However, what if I told you that there's more to reality than what you can see, hear, or touch? What if the world around you isn't the final version of reality, but simply a reflection of your inner state? When you begin to truly understand the concept that what you see is not the full truth, you open yourself to the limitless possibilities of creation. You are not bound by the evidence of your senses. What you perceive through your senses is only a small fraction of what is available to you. So often, we rely on the five senses to determine what is possible. If we can't see it, touch it, or hear it, it seems out of reach. But in reality, the senses only reveal the surface, they don't reflect the deeper, underlying truths that lie beneath the physical world. The secret is to look beyond what is in front of you and imagine a reality that aligns with your inner desires and beliefs. You may be asking, how can I trust something I can't see or touch? Well, the truth is, you've always been doing it, whether you realize it or not. Every time you've imagined something, whether consciously or unconsciously, you've shaped the course of your life. Whether it's a simple goal you wish to achieve or a deeper desire for change, it all begins with imagining beyond the present reality. Your imagination is the most powerful tool you possess. It is not some vague or intangible part of you, but the very instrument through which your future is created. The thoughts and images you allow into your mind form the foundation for the life that will eventually appear. The power to create your reality lies within the ability to see beyond what is immediately before you. You don't need to be trapped by what your senses tell you is possible. You can break free by visualizing a different story, one that feels right, even if the world around you seems to say otherwise. The challenge, of course, is not in imagining the possibilities, but in learning to persist with the belief that your imagination holds more power than the evidence presented by your senses. It takes faith and practice to start seeing with the eyes of your mind and letting that vision guide your actions. The senses will tell you one story, but your imagination can create an entirely different one, a story that leads you to experiences you never thought possible. Let me give you an example. Imagine you are in a situation that seems impossible to change. Perhaps you're facing financial difficulties, health challenges, or strained relationships. The evidence from your senses might seem clear, the problem is real, it's right there in front of you, and it's too big to ignore. But, if you allow yourself to step outside of that evidence and create a mental picture of what you truly desire, you begin to shift the current reality. This is the key to transformation. The moment you decide to imagine beyond the current situation, you begin the process of changing it. You are not confined by the evidence of the senses. It may take some time for the physical world to catch up with your mental vision, but the more you persist, the more your outer world will begin to reflect your inner world. Now, you might be wondering how to truly apply this principle. The first step is to realize that your imagination is not something that belongs only to dreamers or idealists. It's a fundamental tool for every person. Whether you want to manifest a new job, improve your health, or experience more love, it all starts with the inner world. The outer world will always reflect what you have first imagined. If you continue to focus on the physical evidence, the lack of money, the health problems, the disconnection in relationships, you reinforce those experiences. But if you dare to imagine beyond what is visible, you create space for something new. You must learn to trust your imagination as your guide. It's easy to get caught up in the noise of the world, where everyone else tells you what's possible and what's not. But the power to change your life lies in your ability to look beyond the world's limitations and create a new version of reality in your mind. Your thoughts and beliefs are the blueprint for what will eventually show up in your life. By thinking of yourself as whole, abundant, healthy, and successful, you invite these qualities into your experience. Remember, nothing is permanent. The world around you is constantly shifting and changing, and you have the ability to influence those changes. If you can imagine a better future for yourself, one where you feel at peace, where opportunities flow effortlessly, and where you experience joy in abundance, then you've already begun the process of manifesting it. Your imagination has the power to break through the walls that your senses tell you are unmovable. If you can visualize something with enough clarity and feeling, you can make it real. The key to this practice is faith. You must trust that your imagination is not just a fanciful escape, but a powerful creative force. It's easy to get discouraged when the physical evidence doesn't seem to align with your desires, but remember, what you see right now is only a reflection of what you have imagined up to this point. The future is not bound by the past. You have the power to change it through the pictures and feelings you hold in your mind. Don't let the world's evidence dictate what you believe is possible. The senses often lead us to believe that we are limited by our circumstances, but this is an illusion. When you imagine a different version of yourself, one that is confident, successful, and full of vitality, that vision becomes more real than the evidence of your senses. The process of imagining beyond the present is not just a way to escape reality, but to create a new one, a reality that is in line with your true desires. At first, this might feel uncomfortable. Your mind may want to revert to the familiar, the evidence of what has always been. It's important to stay consistent and persistent in your imagination. The more you exercise this muscle, the stronger it becomes. Each time you imagine something, you are planting the seeds of change. And just as a seed needs time to sprout, your mental images need time to manifest in your physical reality. Trust that this process is unfolding in perfect timing. The beauty of this practice is that it isn't limited by your current situation. No matter where you are right now, no matter what circumstances you find yourself in, you have the ability to imagine beyond it. Your present circumstances do not define your future. The real power lies in your ability to see beyond them. By continually focusing on the reality you want to create, you begin to shift your inner state. And when your inner world shifts, the outer world has no choice but to follow. This process is not about denying the present moment or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about recognizing that the present moment is simply a reflection of what you've believed and imagined in the past. The future, however, is wide open. And in that space of openness, you have the freedom to imagine a life filled with limitless possibilities. You might wonder, what is the next step after you've imagined a new reality? The next step is to live as if that reality is already yours. Your actions, words, and energy should align with your inner vision. If you've imagined a life of abundance, for example, begin to see yourself as abundant right now. Take actions that reflect this mindset. Speak as if the life you've imagined is already happening. Your actions will solidify the images in your mind and send them out into the world, where they will eventually take shape. One of the most profound truths about imagination is that it is not bound by time or space. You can imagine something that feels impossible in your current reality, and with time, it will materialize. The physical evidence might not support it at first, but remember, the evidence of the senses is always lagging behind the true creative power of the mind. Keep imagining, keep believing, and the world will begin to reflect that new reality. As you practice imagining beyond the evidence of your senses, you will begin to see your life transform in ways that may seem miraculous. The world around you is not set in stone, it is fluid and responsive to the energy you project. Your imagination is the key to unlocking a reality that goes beyond what the senses can currently perceive. By focusing on your inner vision and allowing yourself to believe in it fully, you create a new world, a world that reflects your deepest desires and highest truths. Keep imagining beyond what you see, and you will see the change manifest before your eyes. The evidence of your senses may be real, but it is not the final word. You are the creator of your reality, and your imagination is the most powerful tool you have. Imagine the life you want, and know that as you persist in this practice, it will become your reality. If you liked this video, I encourage you to hit the like button below and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss out on new content that can help you in your pursuit of a better life. We're all capable of creating the life we want, and subscribing to this channel is a step towards that goal.